DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Right there, just as I was saying.
Did it really?
Yeah, it just did. Not that that's a big deal.
For those of you that are just tuning in, John was talking about that it was quiet because the furnace hasn't kicked in, in the background, obviously. And the second when we go 3, 2, 1, bang, his
Bang,
furnace
it kicks in. Yeah. Granted, you shouldn't hear it because I've got the doors all closed and such. But there's some nights where I leave a door open and all of a sudden it kicks in. You can hear it rumbling through the office. It's like, no, don't do this to me. Okay. Hey, I'm back on a Wednesday night.
You went on a little trip, didn't you?
I did. I packed my bag and I packed my sandwiches and I went on a road trip.
What was that one old thing? It was a kid's story about somebody's day out. I don't remember
Bobby. Wasn't it like a character by the name of Bobby?
Well, it's John's day out.
Oh, I don't remember. There was a routine that somebody did where it was Howie Mandel. Didn't he do something where he talked like about it was his day out and he went out and he was telling the story about going out? Oh, somebody out there will know and say, yes, this is what it was. Or maybe not.
That's what we're talking about.
That's the important things.
We completely derailed within the first 30 seconds.
Well, that's okay because we're getting ourselves ready for tonight's topic, which is, go ahead.
I don't know. I thought you were in charge.
Oh.
I took care of it last week since you weren't around.
So tonight we're going to be looking at the virtues.
Don't say it. Don't. I thought you were going to say it.
Okay, fine.
No.
We won't look at that. A future show, we will be looking at the virtues of that software, which is
the real DJ software, not one that's called, what did they call it? Music automation.
Music automation, that is correct.
Literally, that's the name on the site. So it's not even a DJ program. It's music automation.
Yes,
and if you need music automation, well, let's put it this way. If you need music automation and have a Mac, it's a great choice.
That's if you need
music automation. But if you need music automation and you don't have a Mac, you're screwed. I can't believe they haven't released one for other formats like that.
I figured that they were going to be, they had talked about 4 years ago about stepping up and doing some of the things that Virtual and Serato do. I don't know if they just found such a nice niche right where they're at with the software or what the deal is, but it's always been a surprise to me. It's like they've got some features that are just really cool that are better than, the features just don't exist in any other software and it could be useful. But yeah, that's right. It's a filthy word song. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, tonight's show is going to piggyback off last week's show, which I found out that John didn't even watch last week's show. So
John has been a busy boy. DJ Will said, "Can I ask a question?" Sure. Do we have to answer it? Could be the big question.
I don't know. Can you ask a question?
I don't know. I doubt highly if we'll answer it because we may get distracted. We may.
Yeah, tonight it's not. Next week we're going to do the open question night one more time. I'll talk about this twice tonight. Once at the beginning, once at the end. Open question night was one of our lowest watch shows of all. So we're going to try it one more time, and if it's a low number again, we'll never do an open question night again. Even though I had fun with it, being challenged, but you can ask questions here in a couple minutes. But tonight's show is about, like I said, we're piggybacking off last week, and what last week was called the science of song choice, and in the name of the song, like I said last week, it kind of gave you the preview that it was going to be a song, a show about songs, but it was actually a show about mixing, because it was about picking the right songs that work together, keeping energy. I gave good examples, I gave bad examples of songs that don't mix together. You know, one that's two songs that are both like 100 and some BPM, but one is like crazy high energy, the other one is laid back. So it's about picking that, and then picking, well, this song has this kind of transition or this kind of bridge, and you picking the right song to fit that bridge if you want to mix out at the bridge. So tonight's show, we're actually going to look for songs. So it's last week was about mixing those songs. So this week is about looking for them. And I'm going to take you onto a couple of the websites where I look. John is also going to tag in there with promo only. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple songs that he needs, and we're going to try to find better versions, different style versions to use for different venues, because you might have a song that will work great at, you know, a birthday party that may not work at a bar, that definitely won't work at a club, or vice versa, you know, in reverse. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to pick them for the type of venue. So I kind of attributed it to like going shopping for clothes. I'm going to be your, you know, instead of your personal clothes shopper, I'm going to be your personal music shopper, and I'm going to help you guys find songs tonight. So we're first going to go with John's, and then we're going to see if you guys in the chat room have some songs that you go, gee, I play this at this place, but I wish I had a different version. And I actually meant to plug in my hard drive, which I think is right there. I'm going to be plugging this in while we're talking, so that I'm able to grab some other songs, so that if I have them, we're going to look them up. But what we're going to do is we're going to go with the songs. John, what was the first song that you came up with that you said, man, I wish I had a better version of that song?
The song Slow Hand is one that I really like the song, but it isn't something that is danceable.
I'm not disappearing. I'm just plugging in hard.
You're getting yourself. It's a great little tune, and I've done some things with. There's this magical button on controllers, and I've dropped a beat behind it, which works. But it's like, you know, I'd like to have one that is just a little bit faster slow hand.
All right, so I actually have a good version of that, and it's not on this hard drive. It's on the hard drive that's back, because I never thought about, I just didn't get past that point. But we can find it because I downloaded it from one of the areas here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share screens for a couple of different sites that I subscribe to, and see if we can find stuff on there that will fit with what John wants. Now, John, I always like to say this question, because I think it's important that when you're looking for the song, where are you looking to play it?
In this particular case, I'm looking for something that I can use for proms, because I want to be able to drop that in the kind of the middle of the night. Typically, when I've done proms, and everyone's got their own methodology of doing it, but the way the two schools I'm going to be doing, we roll out of they do the grand march. They're taking some pictures, and I've done some kind of upbeat things while the pictures are going on. Then I'll bring the tempo up a little bit. That starts to chase some of the parents away. And then all of a sudden I do a couple of, I start doing like 3 or 4 kind of a little bit slower tempo things as the parents are going. And then all of a sudden you get kids that are out on the dance floor, slow dancing. And then I've hit it, and it's gone very, very well, because the kids are like, oh, slow song. But Slow Hand isn't slow enough to be a romantic slow song. And we've got some really good songs to use that. So I want to put it in that, not that opening dance set, but probably like the second or third dance set in the course of the evening.
Okay. Like I said, I do know that I have a good version, and we're going to see if we can find it in here, because like I said, I doubt it's in the hard drive. Actually, I'm going to pop that hard drive up and see if it's in there while we're kind of here. Again, after we do a couple of John's, we want to get you guys in a few minutes to give us some ideas. Let's see if I don't think it's on this hard drive, because that's fairly new. That's a month old. Yeah, it's not on that one. Okay, so we're going to go to the first one that I always go to is this one I found through a friend of mine, and I kind of like it. It's called BPM Supreme, and I like them because they do a lot of videos, and I play videos, so I always want videos.
Certainly.
So we're going to do what they have first in the audio section. All right, so we're coming in here, did a search.
Let's set it up so we're still in this.
Who's the one who does it? What's the person's name?
Niall.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a Jay Pryor remix. This is the one I use right here. I know for a fact the Pete Down, because I like Pete Down stuff. He's a remixer that I like. Now, one of the things with BPM, you open it up there and it gives you a couple different versions. So now we have the clean extended mix and the clean short mix, which is again why I like Pete, because he does a couple different ones, and I'll show you the difference of them. So first, we're just going to grab the regular one and tell me, John, see if this fits what you would like it to fit. Tell us in the chat room if you can hear too, because we're not sure if the volume's going to transfer across nicely. Long intro, where I'm going to jump in. Is that a little bit better?
It's got a little bit more of a kick to it, but I'd like a tempo.
You can pitch these up. So I guarantee I pitched this up. This is running at 90 BPM. I would pitch it up to 100. Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it needs to get up to that 100, 105 was kind of where I was envisioning it.
And this song is 320, and the short version, again, why I always like to grab one of each, is 1:36. So minus this intro, that's where it starts, and that's where it's out. And so for quick mixes, like for prom, I would use the quick mix.
Certainly, yeah.
All right, but we're going to jump above here to the Jay Pryor and see what Jay Pryor's is. I bet this one's banging a little bit more here.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we're running at 110 here. A little bit better?
Yep. Now you've kind of picked it up a bit, yes.
So you can have the regular version for certain things you want it for, because there are times that you want to play the plain radio version. Mm-hmm. And there are other times, like John said, this is a popular song, and especially if you're doing something with youth, you want it to pop a little. So going out and digging for this, and keep in mind, it does have the intro and outro. That's all intro right there, as you see here at the bottom of the screen, and outro. So you have all that. I think this is the regular version right here, if I'm correct. It's the regular version with an intro, and you can even go and get the acapella in case you want to do some kind of fancy mix.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, John. You can turn it into a slow song by doing a remix. But the regular version, the clean, would be just real slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
certainly.
86. All right, so that's one place to go look. We're just going to look for some more. So technically, in the first place we went to, and again, we're going to go to promo only because they're one of our sponsors, and John has a thing with them. So we're going to look and see what they have. And now we're going to go over to Club Killers, which is probably my favorite. Let me know if the screen shares, because I know sometimes when I flip screens, it doesn't show. All right, so we're going to go back up here, and we're going to go back to Slow Hand and see what Club Killers says. I'm a fan of Club Killers, and let me explain the difference between the two subscriptions right now. Why I think differently on these. I'm not a person who downloads like a month's worth of stuff, okay? So I don't download 200 songs that someone gave me and saying this is all for the month. I go and find what I need. All right, so I'm going to go out in a week, like on a Thursday, and download maybe 5 songs on the chart that I don't have. Okay, so I don't download zillions of songs. So there's 2 different subscription services. You can do an unlimited or per download. I'm sure that's for a lot of them have that. For the BPM Supreme, I do the $19 a month one, which works out for me because I can get the video versions. We're back here. I'm going to go over to the video side and see if they have video remixes. They have the lyric video is the only one they have for this.
Sure.
Wait, that's loud. So that would be if I wanted to get a video version, that's where I would go for that.
Sure.
But Club Killers, I like them, but I have on them a per download thing. So I bought 90 credits for $30. That's 90 songs I can download. And like I said, I kind of like their stuff and see what they have. They have both audio and video, and right now we're just looking at the audio. So this is the clean version of the basic Hands remix. See what it comes up as.
See, I see the BPM on that's 114, so they pumped it up a little bit.
See, this is why I like Club Killers. They have versions I think are awesome.
Yep.
Is that a little bit better?
Yep. So that's getting there.
With the nice little breakdowns. It's another reason why I like the people who do the remixes for Club Killers. They have these little breakdowns that are nice.
Sure.
And you can edit them out. So you have intros, the clean intro, the regular clean cut, the clean intro, which the intro gives us a nice long intro.
Sure.
And they do have a video pool, but they don't have a lot of videos in it. Again, that's why I like to go with the BPM Supreme. I don't even know if they're going to have a video for it. They have quick view. I'm not even sure which one this is. I think it's the same as. Oh, okay. It's the remix we had on the other side. So I do have the video with the. So they took the lyric video and put it to that other remix.
Sure.
So that's some options there. And I think that within just those two would definitely get you what you want, right?
Oh, certainly. There's lots of options. Actually, as I was looking around, there was a version that I kind of liked, and ironically, the place I found it was out on iTunes.
Okay. First, I want to go to promo only.
Yep.
You're going to bring that screen up, and we're going to see if they have they have. Again, most of the time, they're just going to give you a monthly thing, and if you dig a little bit, you're going to find these remixes, right?
Yeah, let's see if I can share, because if I share, I don't think anyone else can see it. If I share, you get to see it, but they can't see it.
Oh, okay. So we'll just talk through it. I thought he
actually you
could
can pull it up. Pull up. You can do the promo only,
okay,
and then do the advanced. Go to the right corner, and then you can start typing, and then it says advanced search, and that's what you need to click on. So.
I'm in I actually have a login for this, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in or not, because we were just going to look. But
all right, so how do I look here?
On the upper right-hand corner, there's music search. If you start typing.
Oh, okay.
And then there should be, you could do a.
Will it let me play them?
No, there aren't any previews on.
Well, that just isn't fun. Someone asking there which subscriptions have video with it. I have Pool,
and you're gonna Pool is a big one for a lot of DJs. Pool is the way to go. If you're looking for just radio edits, or you're looking for cleaned radio edits, Promo Only's Pool is the simplest way to do it, because they just put stuff out. You can download it. It does take hard drive space, but then you have it. Whereas in MJ's methodology, he puts more time into the music than well,
I can. Both of those sites have video. And I can go and get the straight video if I want the straight video from there. But we're looking, again, the Music and Mix show is about mixing. So if you're looking for the regular edit, this probably isn't the show for you. We're looking for mixes. And both of those have you can get regular radio edits in both of those if you want to. We were looking for remixes.
Did you get the advanced search to pop up yet?
Yeah. And then we're going to go see what they have here. All right, and share. All right, so they have the lyric video also. That's probably the regular version.
So what you're seeing on the right there is the Hits HD. They release every few days. They release more music videos, and then at the end of the month, let's see. It's like daily they release something, and then every week they release something. So you're getting a stream of a few videos each day, and then at the end of the week they do a disc of or a set of video files for that week. And then of course then they have, if you're getting the hot videos or the country videos or what have you, then they have the monthly option also.
Yeah, and again, this show is about the whole mix mentality. So if you want to go into that world, again, we're talking about the world of mixing at bars, mixing at clubs, being a mix DJ, I would steer you away from that mentality in a hot second.
Well, and right as you look down, was it the fourth and fifth video? You've got your intro edit and quick edit. And Promo Only is getting into this. You're seeing more and more of these, especially with popular songs, is where they've taken and making these quick edits of songs. Right. Which do become usable for high school dances in some cases much better than.
I use a bunch of them myself, actually.
Yeah. Yep. So
but keep in mind, so do all the other services. The Club Killers, the BPM Supreme, Eighth Wonder, all of those have that same option. So promo only isn't your only option.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different sources out there.
There's a lot out there, and most now are doing videos. And like I said, I get all those. So again, I want the mentality to show we're trying to build a mix DJ. So the idea is you're trying to pick specific versions for stuff. So you're not just going to take everything somebody dumps you and consider it good. Because if you get all of those versions, there might be one version you actually like. And my experience with people who do the promo only, they don't necessarily take time to preview every single song they download to see if they like it or not. They wait till they go out or continually just play the one that they're used to. You know what I mean? They kind of stick with that one and not go very far. So this is, again, tonight, this is the purpose of this, is to kind of get your mind thinking in a totally different way. Like I said, this is a show for people who want to start to be a mix DJ, and this is the way to kind of get in that. And you don't have to stick with the ones we're mentioning. I'm just picking the ones that the pools that I'm a part of, that I'm kind of picking through, and I've been through several in the past couple of months because I'm trying stuff out for a month at a time, things like that. Like I'm trying Eighth Wonder out right now for a month. They gave me a month for $10, and I'm probably not going to continue it because right now they just don't have a lot. Like I can go there and I can get the radio edit and like one remix, and I want like several different versions to pick through, because if I don't like this guy's remix, I want to go with this person's remix. I want a bunch of different choices to go. I don't like this person's remix, or I don't like the drop that they have in there, maybe, or something like that. So there are options in there. And the final option, I know people are going to hate me. I don't care if you hate me, but YouTube is still an option.
Do a search for Slow Hands Basic Tape.
Basic tape.
This is the version I heard. Basic Tape Remix is the version, and there it is. That is the one that is on iTunes, and it was one I heard the other day, and it's like that actually's got kind of a neat little beat.
I like this. Give me a second. I can tell you the BPM on that.
I was going to say, if you could check the BPM, that would be interesting to hear.
116. Can't really see that, but I have apps that can do BPM both listening and tapping, and this is a tap one. All right, so that's 116. That's not bad. I like that. See, again, if you're in a pinch and you need something, I know this is stealing, but it can at least maybe find it, because sometimes, like, let's say you wanted this and then you wanted to purchase it legally, there's a chance you're going to find, like John, it's out there somewhere. So this is off their website, so you can get information there, and you can probably get it, like you said, iTunes.
Yeah, it was an iTunes, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, so this, I know people bash about YouTube for finding music, but it actually can get you places that you want. If you're looking for something, it may find you something. So let's find another one here. I'm just going to put in remix, see what we can find. Move this over so I can see everybody here. Let me find something funky here. See if we can find, that's a cover. That's another thing that you have to watch. A lot of times people will write the word remix in YouTube, and it's not a remix. It's a cover.
It's their version of doing it.
Here's a house version. If you want something, it's probably I bet it's going to be darn close to the one we just played.
Oh.
A little punchier.
Wow.
What are we doing? I'm going to guess that's probably 120.
Yeah, I was going to say it's in an upper 20.
128.
Yeah.
So that can get you that. If you DJ at a place where you want to do that, this is still a song that you could play because it's on the charts. It's important, and you can hunt for it. And I'm not getting it into tonight's show about how to download illegally from YouTube, but it can get you there. Or you can possibly find a place. A lot of these will have download links down here in the show notes.
Yep.
So you can be able to do that. So that is still always an option for looking for stuff. So again, wanting to be a mix DJ, You have to dig a little and be a little creative and kind of figure out, again, everything that we're going to look at tonight. We're going to look at why you need it. So John needed it for prom. So I would not necessarily recommend the house version for John. I would keep it a little more simple with maybe that other version that he liked that he found off of iTunes, or maybe that one of those redrums that were on one of the first ones. But if you DJ'd at a club, you could throw this one in, you know. If you're DJing maybe at a bar, pick one of the simpler ones that just has an intro and an outro, that it's not fast, it's not crazy. The whole idea is to kind of pick these different things to find what fits for what you're doing. And I like I said, I used it as a clothing example, that if you're going to work in an office, you're going to need a suit and tie. If you're going to work in a factory, you're going to need steel-toed boots and safety goggles. So you have to figure out what you need it for. And that's the kind of mindset when you're digging for this, to get that. What app is that, MJ? It is called, I use two of them. BPM Counter is the one that you tap. I don't know. You can't probably see it there.
Not so much.
There, maybe, no, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, there's a little tap button there at the app. There, you can kind of see the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one I use is called, what is it called? There's another one I use that actually will listen. You just turn it on and it just listens to the beat and tells you what the beat is. And they're free apps out there. I can't remember what it is because it's not here on this page for some reason. But there's a lot out there that you can use. I guess that's the only one I haven't loaded in there right now, is that one. Are some of the top 5 DJ remix pools that you can recommend? Again, it comes on preference and price, because price can simply be the determining factor of everything, right, John?
It can be.
So, like I said, I pick BPM Supreme because they're cheap. They're $19 a month, unlimited. I can get a lot of videos from there, so I can get what I want. Club Killers is my absolute favorite because I love their mixes, but they're way more expensive. That's why I bought 90 downloads for $30, so that I'm able to get, I'm getting a more specific thing. And I can, if I find what I like on BPM Supreme as opposed to promo only, I go BPM Supreme because I'm paying for that. But if I can't find what I want BPM Supreme somewhere, I can go to the Club Killers and get my download. So it's kind of a hunt like that. John, what's your next song?
Well, the next one.
And while John's doing this, those of you in the chat room, I want you guys to think on the same lines that he is, looking for a song for a specific reason, and mention them in the chat here in a couple minutes. And then we're going to, after we do this song with John, we're going to try to pick one for you and find, maybe we can make that work.
So at the Teen Dance last weekend, this was the most requested song from Drake, the song God's Plan.
Oh, yeah.
And
got a couple versions of it.
Yeah, it's the original album version is just really mellow. And I if people want the lyric and such, or want this to be able to kind of sing along, great. But it needs more life than what it has.
All right, so there are lots here because that's such a humongously popular song. There are lots here on we're going to start again with the BPM Supreme. We there?
Yep, I'm seeing it.
All right, so we're going to look at the Party Starter one. And the Party Starter, this one, you can tell by the 77 BPM, it's a little bit more down. And there's a single clean and a single dirty version. And we're going to go with the clean. And I bet this is going to be very close to the original, but a little bit more kick drum. You know how I like it when you love. I don't want to die for them to miss me. Not too bad. They gonna tell the story.
Yeah, a little slower than I would like. I'd like to try to get something that's over that 110 if possible.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to pop up. This is the one. BPM Supreme actually puts their own tag name ones out there, and this is theirs. It's running at 120. I would not play this anywhere. It deviates too far from the song.
Yeah, I just didn't like that.
For those of you last week, remember me talking about transition songs? This is a transition version one where the intro is at 100 BPM and it slows down to 77 BPM. So let me find the clean version. So we're doing it at 100 BPM there, and by the time it gets to the song, it's slowed back down. So that's a transition one. Sure. If I remember right, the one that I picked, was it the hype? I don't know if it was the hype version I picked. This is another transition version. See how it starts out fast? It lets you kind of create your own transitions. I don't remember. Was this the one the? No, I bet I know I got it from the other one. From the other. Still in that 80 BPM, but a little bit of kick.
I do like the way they have it, and as I'm looking at the God's Plan on promo only, you've got listed explicit, clean,
right, and that's where these fit in there too. That once you do the drop down, you can see the clean, extended, dirty, short version. So you kind of pick what you want in there.
Yeah.
In the video version, let's see what they have in the video version here. I guarantee I know which one I picked. I picked it off of Club Killers. So again, you have the basic ones here. The trap. I think this is a trap remix, if I remember right. A little bit more. Nothing crazy. Yep. Doesn't have a lot. Still not crazy. So we're going to jump over to Club Killers. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that I chose. Was it this one, the dirty? Is it this one? They took it off key on this one. So here's a remix that's a different key. Would not recommend that either.
Dancers don't dance, they lean with it, rock with it.
I think this is the one I picked.
And I'm looking for a pretty, I break a back, and I keep a big out in the pipe.
Nope, this isn't the version I picked. I think this is it, yeah. It's got a little bit more pop to it. With the drop down.
She said, "Do you love me?" I told her only partly. I only love my baby.
I think. I'm not sure because I don't remember what I picked now. Go ahead and jump over to the promo only, John.
Yeah, I just pulled that up.
Play any of them?
I don't have. No, they don't have the ability to preview any of them. But you've got 15 versions here. You've got your clean edits. There's an intro edit, quick edit, an instrumental in here. And I think video, there's the quick edit, intro edit, clean edit, explicit. Is there an explicit video? I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. The very first one is Hits HD. So
there are options there. I mean, I've probably Drake versus Chainsmokers one maybe. That's I don't know. I think there are two songs that are off key. So you wouldn't pick that, but it's definitely one of the BPM Supreme ones that I picked. And I probably just picked a simple one with an intro, outro. Maybe that one I picked. I don't know. I don't remember. I wish this ticks me off now because all these are new songs that are in that computer that I haven't put on this hard drive yet.
It's way over there, man. Let's see.
I think this is the one I picked. Real simple.
Just a very, very simple.
It's not fast. It's not crazy. Because sometimes, again, depending on where you play them, they get real picky if you make the song deviate too far from its original in the remix.
Yep.
So that's something you have to kind of think there. Like your own remixes. I do a lot of my own remixes too. I use Ableton. What was one of the ones that I did this year was what was one of the new ones? Gosh, I don't even have anything in here. I'm like 2 months. The last time I backed this up was December. So no, December, January. So I'm like a month and a half behind there. So I did a Post Malone. This is a redrum. I did a Post Malone. It's probably going to go really loud here, so I apologize. A little bit of a kick there. Motorsport. put that intro in the motorsport. This is mine. Feel It Still. My version of Feel It Still. It's basically a short edit is what it is.
Sure.
My Gucci Gang. Steady Kick.
Gucci Gang. Ooh. Gucci Gang. 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 Spread their racks on new chain.
It's got a little bit faster kick to it.
Yep.
My Drake Fake Love redrum. This one is, I definitely picked this one up when I did this one.
Up to me. They look up to me. I got fake people showing fake love to me. Straight up to my face.
So those are options there. There's a lot that you can go through here. We're going to look at the trap mix that someone mentioned in the chat. We're going to go to YouTube and see what we can find, because remember, we're accepting YouTube as finding something that we want.
So Scott mentioned, of course, that Promoli is located in Florida, and that's when we've done shows and such with Nick, or we've talked to Jim from TM Century or the Prime Cuts, Jim Weiss. They've talked about many of the companies, when you are looking at their websites and you can't find contact information, they don't have addresses and different things. And but when MJ and I, before we came on the screen, one of the companies that has been there and gone and been there and gone a few times is Eighth Wonder, DJ, the music pool. So we looked up the address because now they have an address. I wonder if I can share this to, yeah, I think I can actually.
Okay.
We'll pop this up. So this is the Eighth Wonder. You won't be able to see it, MJ. It's the UPS store.
So what does that have to do? I'm not sure what it has to do with digging.
Because one of the it doesn't have anything to do with that, but they're talking about locations of some of these, where some of these are real businesses and some of these are stores that have purchased a P.O. box and they don't have a physical real address.
Is that a big deal?
It is for people who want to want to know that there's actually a real company and their licensing and such, which...
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Because to me, I don't care. If they have the song I want, I don't care. And that's the idea is to get the song you want. Because if everybody legal doesn't have what I want and the one guy illegal has it, I'm going with the guy because I'm getting the song I want.
Mm-hmm. And that's
step up their game.
And that's something even Nick, when we talked, is that he's getting some of his music from different sources too, because there's just some things you can only get from certain sources, especially when you have some of the, I believe it like on some of the Club Killers and such, they have DJs that they basically have on staff that do those remixes.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's going to be exclusive things in many of these different sources that you just can't find other places.
Yeah. All right, so this is the remix, The God's Plan, that someone in the chat room mentioned. It says cover, so that means it's not the original person. Yeah, so this isn't Drake. So the trap mix has a lot of drops like that. There's the hard drop. Trap mix is always going to have that hard drop in it, but sounds awesome, but that's not Drake. It sounds a lot like Drake.
Sounded like a go ahead.
Probably get away with it. If you listen really closely, you can tell it's not him.
I've been moving kind of start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle.
Very close, though.
A little different.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah, just a little.
I would say so, if you like that.
Early in the night when they're fairly sober, probably couldn't get away with it. Later in the night when they've had a couple under their belt,
or if it has a crappy sound system, you can get away with it. I want to address Scott. Scott's him and I have talked a lot. I thoroughly respect you wanting to do the legal route. It does put. It is the only way that it's going to put music in the person who writes the songs' pockets. Yeah. So if that's what you want to do. But see, I'm on the other end of that where I'm torn, where every week when I download music, I absolutely hate the music I have to download. So I'm putting money in the pockets of artists who I really want to fail. I want to fail. I never want to hear Gucci Gang. I don't want that artist to ever make another penny, but I have to pay for it because people want to hear it. So it's funny. But again, to get what you want, sometimes you have to dig a little bit, and that's the purpose of this show, is about digging for stuff and trying to find it.
MJ, are you familiar with Digital Music Pool?
Yeah,
Are they?
I think I tried them last month.
Is that a US based or is that UK based?
No idea. Don't know if
Okay.
that matters.
Yeah. Well, actually,
Again, back to that.
for access for some of these websites, they can't sell across a border, and it's blocked. That's what I was wondering if you purchase something from them.
I think I did for, like I said, I've been trying all these different ones out for a month. I think if I'm correct, Newmark is doing a thing that if you buy a controller from them, you get a month free with them. Correct. There's another remix. Oops, wrong.
Gory death like it's all dead.
Oh my goodness. He says remix. All right, so I'm sharing this right now, John.
Okay.
He says remix, but it's a remake.
Always find a better way, making money clean, more is on the way. I was always broke.
He's in his grandma's basement.
He is. He's in the root cellar there off the side of the basement.
He turns around. There's all kinds of preservatives on the shelf there and canned food.
Grandma, while I'm down here, you want me to get some pickles for you? Sure, honey. Bring those up and we'll have some biscuits.
All right, so that's kind of like what we're looking there. Someone in the chat room, give us a song that you kind of go, gee, for this dance I have next month or the dance I had last month, I wish I would have had a better version. And again, remind you that this entire show is about being a mixed DJ. So the option is to find stuff that is different than stock, because I'm telling you, as a mixed DJ, you have two big tools: the songs and your ability to mix. That's what you get paid for. Those two. Your songs, if you have great song choice, great edits, that can get you noticed, or great mixability, that gets you noticed. You're kind of your only two ways to kind of get out there and get that.
Chris Davis mentions more money, more problems.
Here's the rough thing with that. And this is where the problem kind of gets split, because some of the download services, legal and illegal, don't have older stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's part of a problem right there that you're going to find a little bit. Second is that sometimes when you do get a classic song like this, it's really tough to sell a remix. They're out there. We're going to look for them now, but a lot of times on a classic song, if you're at some place, you can't deviate too far from the original, because a lot of people just
I was going to say,
accept it.
Yeah, the audience wouldn't.
Yeah, because I literally have songs that where when it's a hit for the first 6 months, I'll play the remix, and then after the 6 months, I'll go back to just kind of a regular version, but drop a shorter edit, or go back to a redrum that's not a lot to it. I'm hoping that I'm going to look for that here.
So just searching on the promo only world for this particular track, they've got the album version, which obviously that would be what a lot of people are expecting, and then they have their quick edit and their intro edit version of those particular tracks, and that might be to a point. All
right,
things.
Yeah, you might fit what you need. Like keep in mind that I couldn't find, not saying that it isn't out there, couldn't find a video version of that I like. So I made my own video version of that. So that's there. We are now over here. So they do have some edits here. A short scene. Both of those are dirty. We have clean ones in here. Yep, we have clean ones in here. So this is a real remix. This is, again, probably one I wouldn't go with. That's out there piece. I wouldn't probably go that way.
Yeah, it's a little bit too far away from the original.
Far away from the original. Short edit. At certain clubs, you probably could get away with that if you mixed it right.
Sure.
So there's a few there. See what Club Killers has. We have this one. That's a funky little mix.
Yeah. Definitely a much more a beat to it.
Probably wouldn't go with that either.
Yeah.
Let's see what this one is. These are some pretty heavy hitting ones.
Mm-hmm.
Again, probably wouldn't go with a lot of these. Yeah, that one's kind of aggressive. Yeah, so I doubt I would go with a lot of these. So if I wanted a remix, I would probably go over to here and go with, depending on how far you want to go.
Sure.
Let's see what this one comes up with. Again, I apologize if there's any swearing. I'm going to try to cut it, in That's funky. That's funky. I'm digging that.
Yeah.
But again, if you would go with the regular, I'd probably just go with, the regular edit, which
Sure.
Again, I don't know if mine's in here or not. Again, I think it's in that computer because I haven't put it in this computer yet. So no, it's not in this hard. This is my backup hard drive, which I'm missing 2 months of, a month and a half. February and half of March is not on this backup drive. So there's options there. So what else do we got? Do we have time?
We're going to do one more. Howie mentioned Feel It Still.
Which, good one. I have several of that.
That's right. And he threw that out there. It's like, that's a good tune.
That or not. All right. Yep, we got lots here. I did do my own remix of that. That one's kind of heavy. Drops in and out of there. Lots of choices. And again, this is about being a mix DJ. You have to dig. You're going to spend time finding what you like. What fits. Again, keep in mind what fits the venue you need. Because if you're doing just a bar, then there's really nothing.
Right.
You're going to do something pretty simple. But if you're doing a club, a prom, a college, a formal, you can get a little crazy because trust me, they listen to all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Mine is my own remix. I played that, didn't I?
No, we haven't heard yours. At least not tonight.
That's close to the original, and that's close to the one I do is this is
Andy, I think some remixes might be for some bars, but I wonder at times if we almost limit, we just let that one loud drunk person limit our creativity when we get to bar shows. I know I have done it on a few occasions where there's been that one person who's being a jerk.
Yeah. This is my version.
You listen to him.
Now, again, we have to also define bars because I'm here in the city and you're going to have a bar that what somebody would call a bar, which is people in their 40s and 50s in their work clothes from working, a factory job or on their car, come in filthy dirty. In the city, what's called a sweatshirt or T-shirt and jeans bar, which is just an average 20, 30 something coming out, not dressed up in collar and tie and stuff, but just going out. And then you have other bars that is just college students. And if you play, you can play some older hits, but you better have stuff that was out today.
Yeah.
If it came out today, you better have it today. Well, I saw one more in the chat there that I wanted to hit real quick. What was it? Havana, because I have 2 different versions of Havana that I play. If I can spell Havana right. I always misspell it. No, did I get it right? I got it right. Okay, so last one we're going to share here. And keep in mind, we'll go into this thing here. So there is this, which I know this is not the version I play. So if those of you who don't know the original one, it's much slower.
Much slower, yeah.
And Pete Down is another one. I love his stuff. His is slower, but funky.
Yeah, and Havana's not at a horrible speed or tempo, but
it's at an average. It's an average tempo, but it's it's relaxing.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to describe it. And you want to make it just a hair bit more aggressive, I think.
Is that on this one over here? I can see the video that I play because it's a totally 100% different video that I play. Let me see if I have it on here. Because how long has that been out? That's still a new one.
Yeah, it's still really.
It's the Danny Dove remix. All right, so I have both right here. I can share both and show you.
It's number 6 or 7 here on the.
Yeah. So again, these are all stuff that's there. Okay, so here is the original. So we'll get you to kind of so you know. Just for the record, I think she's gorgeous. Okay, so it has its merits if some people want to have a sexy dance.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the version that I play a lot. Totally different video, totally different kick.
My heart is in Havana, oh, nah, nah. He took me back to East Atlanta, nah, nah, nah. Oh, but my heart is in
Just kind
Havana.
of, it breaks down right here.
So this is like Tony, the Hey Mickey video for a part to it.
Has a nice little kick to it. That's why I do it. The only thing I don't like is they go in a full-out breakdown here in a second, right here. Full breakdown. I would probably edit this out. And this goes on for a couple of minutes. Not a couple of minutes, but...
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a breakdown, and that's the direction I go with that, to kind of give it... I'm able to play Havana and still keep people dancey, and the song doesn't go so far off the deep end that they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, cool.
So there's our answers. If you have any questions, feel free, hit me up. I've had people this week ask me questions exactly about what we were doing tonight, so I hope that works.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still having the classes. If you are interested in classes, ask me about them. And I don't know yet. We haven't scheduled it yet, but for the Insiders, what is that being called, John? The Insiders?
The convention series on Monday nights.
Convention series. I'm probably going to be doing one for that. Don't know when it is, but if you don't know what that is, ask John. Go find out. There's a boatload of incredible stuff coming your way from Disc Jockey News.
Yep, and go to the DJ and TV website and click on the convention series link, and that'll take you out there and tell you what it's all about. DJNTV.com. MJ, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Dave and Jeremy will be here in about 5 minutes, gang, so we'll see you then. Bye.
Tonight's DJ and TV show is sponsored in part by Electro Voice, DJ Event Planner, ADJ, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, Newmark, and DJ and TV Insiders.